Okay, shalom, shalom. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekah Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders at GMS that rule well. Peace and blessings to the Akim that's out there fighting, doing this work with truth and sincerity. Back here again with another lesson, and Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect men out there that are listening and watching these videos. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashabah Shai, I hope this is edifying and listen to Pastor Ram Law video, one of the videos he's doing, that our bread and water shall be sure, and brothers in Alabama. You know, you just constantly listen to brothers, just constantly get edified and you learn. And through the spirit, man, the spirit is getting on brothers to do lessons containing that a famine is coming and the Lord sending threats to the planet because he's about to come and judge the earth, and especially his people whom he gave laws, statutes, and commandments to live by, to govern themselves by. And since we broke the agreement, the covenant, the contract that we would listen and obey, now that's why we're in the predicament that we're in today as a nation of people who's been scattered around the world. So right here, you know, begin with the apostles and elders and the men on down through the spirit is out here to warn you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans about the time of Jacob's trouble. Irregardless of what other men say that teach that they're Israelites and saying that the time of Jacob's trouble was like a fluke or it's gay or something. You know, look, man, there's a beef meat packing company, I don't know if it's in Canada or overseas somewhere, where I guess supplied beef has been a so-called cyber attack. And then you got the top banking families buying up a lot of farmland and making farmers do away with their crops, and they buying up this land to the point there things are being done through the spirit from Yahweh Bashim Abishai. It's going to bring people to his knees, and the powers that be is buying up land and agriculture and different things. So when that situation takes place, then you're going to be bending knee and asking bread from them to feed you and your families. Well, we're telling you to get right with the Lord, man. Because if you're not in the courts of the Lord, you will not be protected, and especially if you're not part of the 144,000. This is Isaiah 13:1. The burden of Babylon. This is modern day Babylon. Babylon in the Hebrew word Babal means confusion. If you look around, you see there's a lot of confusion going on there. You see it, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountains. And that's what he told Isaiah the son of Amos to do. He told Isaiah to lift up the banner. And what is lifting up the banner? It's talking about the Bible, which goes into what? Prophecy. So prophecy is the forefront of things that's happening today. This is what we ought to be teaching, is about prophecy. So lift ye up a banner upon a high mountain, representing governments. You understand? Big governments, small governments around the world. Exalt the voice unto them. Exalt the voice of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah. Once you go out there and speak, the scriptures say what? Lift your voice up like a trumpet and show his people their transgression. And you lifting your voice, exalting your voice upon them, the inhabitants on the planet and the powers that be. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. We're already in the gates of the nobles. And I'm pretty sure they're going to have us on the news and going into buildings talking about this, that, and the third, whatever. But this is all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. I have commanded my sanctified ones. You know, you see the men of the Lord, beginning with the apostles and elders of great millstone on down. This is what's taking place. I have commanded, meaning Yahweh Shai, I have commanded my sanctified ones, who are the true biblical Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You see, because he gave you the laws, statutes, and commandments to govern you and to make you separate from all nations on the planet. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger. And again, it just says, I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, for the anger of the Lord, man. Even them that rejoice in my highness, which is the sanctified ones, the little ones, man. You know, again, beginning with the apostles and the elders and the men on down. throughout the four corners of this planet. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. So he's going to pull all these different nations over the Middle East, and this is going to lead into what? A third world war that the Bible again prophesied of. You see, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. What are the weapons of the Lord's indignation, his anger? The missiles. These countries don't have nuclear capabilities just to be shown or put in the museum and say, hey, we made this. No, this is the anger of the Lord, which he's going to execute on the planet by famine and race riots and martial law, everything that's taking place, man. And this is the buildup of our Lord coming back to get the elect, and Lord willing, we praying that we part of that number, man. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. See, all these things is a buildup of the Lord coming back. So he's saying, howl ye, because the Lord is at hand, man. He's coming back. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty, you see. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, meaning your mind. The word heart in the Hebrew is lab, meaning your mind. So when these things start to take place, when you can't eat, when you don't know which way to go, then you're just going to be out there bad, man. And the Lord said what? He told us, so the apostles and the elders and the men on down, to go out on the highways and byways and to say this, Ezekiel 3:17, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman upon the house of Israel, unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them a warning of me. And that's what's taking place. We're lifting up the banner, telling you things about to take place according to prophecy, and to warn you of the Lord, man. When you get a warning, that's a threat. You see? He hath made the men of the Lord unto him as watchmen to the nation of Israel, to warn the nation of Israel of the Lord, man. You see? And that's what's taking place right now, because back during the time of Noah, when he was warned, when Yahweh Bashimabashai came into Noah, what happened when he heard that the Lord was coming back? Hebrews 11:7, by faith, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark by the saving of his house, by which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. And that's how we're moving through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Abashad, man. It's to warn you of the Lord, man. Because the Lord is known for terrible works in mercy unto the elect of his people, man. So how Noah moved was by faith. That's how the men of the Lord is moving, Lord, willing, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Abashad. And to warn you of things not seen yet. We haven't witnessed famine, martial law. We know of these things, but it's about to definitely take place in your time upon this planet, on the earth. Medical martial law. Don't forget, we're still in the pandemic. Then you got these concentration camps. Yo, man, it's gonna get horrific out here. It's gonna be totally bad out here for you Israelites and you people, man. And Noah, being moved with faith and warned of the Most High, prepared an ark by the saving of his family, man, because he obeyed what the Lord say do until the end and saved his wife, his sons, and their wives. You understand? And that's what you're seeing happening now through the spirit, and versus building a spiritual temple, versus building a physical temple in a physical ark like Noah did. This is spiritual now. But that mark have to be in your mind, meaning this wisdom, this knowledge and understanding that's going to exempt you from judgment, because that's what's coming upon the planet, man. Brothers have been going over these, man, and I think the spirit will just keep pushing that part, because it's going to get bad out here, man. It's going to get real bad out here, man. So it's best to hearken unto the words of Yahweh Bashim Abashai, man. You see, to the best of your ability, because if you don't hearken unto these words, then guess what? Here it is, the Lord is telling you things to come and what to do. But if you don't hearken unto that, this is what's happening. This is what's going to happen to you. Proverbs 9 and 16. It is, which one? I forget it. But let me see. It might be here. Salakia. Because it goes, whoso despises the words of the Most High, basically go be destroyed, go be put to death out here, man. Because he's despising the words that's coming from on high through his men who he set up as watchmen to warn the people, and you're not listening. So that's going to be a very high consequence. Oh, so like I'm in the wrong book. That's going to take place. I was in Psalms. That's right. So like the Psalms, I think it's Psalms 9 and 16. So like it, just to read that, Lord willing. Yeah. I forget where it's at, but yeah, man, that's going to take place. And again, you're being warned from the men whom the Lord has sent to tell you of these things, so that way you could be helped and find favor in the Lord, man. Proverbs 8, man, these scriptures getting mixed up. Proverbs 8 and 35. For whoso findeth me findeth life. So once you come to the words of Yahweh Bashem Abishai, you hearken, you find true life, man. You understand? You find true life. And then you know that there's a kingdom. Once you find this here, then you know there's a kingdom that's waiting and prepared for us versus being here, you see? You know what I'm saying? So if you don't listen to Yahweh Bashem Abishai, then you're going to be put to death, man. Period, point blank. I don't want to make this too long. For I add, it's Proverbs 13 and 13. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded, you see? And that's what we're telling you, man. Because the Most High is coming back, and he's coming with nothing but straight judgment. So let's go back to, I think, Psalms 9 and 16, I think. If not, I'll go to the next one and close it out. Salaki once again. That's not it. I must have wrote it down wrong, because the scriptures say, oh yes, Salaki. Proverbs 9 and 16, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hand. You see, Hajian Salah. So the Lord is known by what? The judgment which he's going to execute upon the planet, man. You see? Because he's given this devil power to run down on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. I'm going to end it right here. Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. That's also talking about the elect that's dwelling in the court of the Lord, man. To rejoice, because he allowed us to wake up out of sleep to hear this warning and able us to get right. So he's saying, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. So it will be woe, meaning destruction, to the people who don't listen to the words of the Lord, man. You see, and of the sea, and the sea represents people. For the devil, which is the so-called white man, has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that they have but a short time. So all these things that you're seeing happening in the news and things of that nature, and the information coming across with the MOB, the MARK of the beast, the jab, things of that nature. So there's a lot of things that's happening through the spirit, man. And it's all being caused from Yahweh Bashem Abishai, because he's coming to judge this place. This place has a date with judgment, man. You see? So it's best for you to get right with the Lord, because when that time comes, and when all hell breaks loose, those who's not in the court of the Lord, is not in this truth, or in the pavilion, which is this truth, you're not going to be saved out of the things that's coming, man. So with that, I hope this is edifying. Until the next time, I shall say, Shalom.